Matt Meehan here
Yeah,
for
just
IrishBoxing.com with the newly signed Tiernan Bradley for GBM. Tiernan, you're looking well. I see you at the press conference today on a few photos with Adam Smith. Obviously that's huge. Tell me how was today?
yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, we were just talking about obviously me and Kieran, having that Irish takeover for GBM. Where they're talking about us as if well, we are stars in our own right, but they
Mm,
are talking as if we are stars in the making, and
mm,
I think me and Kieran really, really do believe that.
yeah,
Um, and we cannot like we're so happy to have both of us under the GBM stable, like as both stable mates, and
mm,
I'm really looking forward to now the
mm,
production of everything.
mm,
Um, but the production looks amazing, to be
yeah,
honest. It's something that I've never seen before with any of the productions that I've obviously fought on in the past. Seen a lot
mm,
of promoters that don't put a lot of money into the shows.
yeah.
Especially technically the small hall shows.
Mm.
But I would not consider this a small hall show because of the production they put on. It's class.
What's the production like? Can you talk me through anything that you can say?
I mean, well, you could add Adam Smith there. That's a massive,
Yeah, yeah.
massive
And him coming
addition.
back
Like,
from him coming back from obviously a bit of a layoff from from what he was dealing with. It's great to see him back again, and it really is amazing to see him, and especially with GBM, and it's a big signing. Did that give you any sort of extra motivation? Like Adam Smith is here, former Sky Sports, and he's at our promotion, he's at our end. What's that like?
I mean, it's amazing. Look, like obviously, when you were growing up, and you're thinking of any of the big fights that were in the UK,
Mm.
um, you can't not hear Adam Smith's voice in
Yeah,
the background
yeah,
talking about it. So you've always kind of thought to yourself, I'd love for him to be commentating and talking and saying my name,
yeah.
even though today they've got my name wrong. They wouldn't call me
What did they
Kieran.
say?
Kieran. It was like, yeah, look, it's on the poster, Tiernan. As soon as I seen it, I picked them up on it. It
Yeah,
just says, look, we've got everything already done up. We can't change it now, but we'll know
yeah,
for again.
yeah.
But I mean, that strides me on because, as I said today, if you don't know my name yet, get to know my name.
Yeah.
Um, and they will. I mean, after this performance on Saturday, I think they'll all take notice and they'll
Mm,
see, as I've said previous, better the opponent, the
mm.
better I'm gonna be, and the sharper I'm gonna be, and the more skills I'm gonna show.
Mm. In terms of your style, you can fight in the front foot, you can fight in the back foot, you can fight on the side, you can check, you've everything nailed down the box. But in terms of training, you've been locked in Brighton, you've been sparing some big stars. Just in terms of moving your camp from obviously you trained in Ireland in a Rock's gym to moving your camp across to Brighton. What has that been like on the level of skill set? What's it been like moving over to England? That's my question. And training now in England.
Yeah, look, obviously my skill set has always been there. You know what I mean, and I'm finally tuning them skills in Brighton.
Mm,
Yeah, I had them skills when I was at Rourke's. You know what I mean.
mm,
There's no, to be honest, like the coaches that I have now in Brighton are absolutely fantastic. Ben Pringle, Scott Welsh, and Ant Brown.
mm,
Ben Pringle's probably one of the youngest up and coming coaches out there. You know what I mean?
mm.
I'd put him
Yeah.
on par with Ben Davidson.
Oh
You
wow.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's up there. And
Yeah.
he's only going to get better. As the years go on.
Mm.
He already has the knowledge of every experienced coach out there,
Okay.
and he's willing to learn, which is not a lot of coaches. Kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes coaches just think that they know it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great camp that we have here, and obviously we have the experience of Scott Welsh as well, my
Yeah.
manager. His input is very helpful as well, and also Ant Brown, who was also a coach for Chris Eubank
Yeah.
all through the years. So there's a wealth of experience within my camp now, and
Mm.
the camp has gone amazing. Um, the camp's gone amazing. Fitness is fantastic. My weight's good.
Mm.
Just looking forward to winning tomorrow, getting
Mm.
refueled, and putting on a serious performance.
The, the,
Not just for the UK fans, but also the
yeah.
Irish fans on talk sport.
The thing is that a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, and you my friend are a very happy fighter at the moment. You look positive, you look great in terms of the weight cut over the past week, because obviously there's a bit to cut for not for an average fight. There's a bit to cut for fight week. How has the weight been this week? Because you don't look a bit distracted at all or a bit drained. You look healthy and you look good.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if it's maybe just the excitement of obviously
Yeah,
fight week,
yeah,
or I've just done it absolutely perfect.
mm,
Um, to be honest, I've seen this opponent. The opponent always comes in heavy.
yeah,
To be honest, I'm not too fussed on whatever weight he comes in at. I'll still knock his bollocks in.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? But yeah, the weight cut's been perfect. You know what I mean? I've used nutritionists before, but I've been doing it all myself this
yeah,
time. Um, and to be honest, about 5, 6 weeks ago, probably sitting a little bit more heavier than it should have been.
yeah,
Obviously, going into camp, due to a little bit of a layoff due to an injury,
yeah,
after my last fight. Um, but it has been relatively easy cut. I
yeah,
mean, I was very, very happy with
yeah.
how it came down, and
Mm.
I reckon I'll probably go up another stone, a stone and a half, maybe after a weigh in. Like,
Yeah.
that's how easy I can get up. You know what I mean? So hopefully there's no rehydration clauses in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the post fight meals looking like?
Look, I think with boxing you have to be as um equally disciplined with your after the weigh-in, because
Yeah.
you can't just go feast on pizzas and
Yeah.
burgers and
Yeah.
whatnot. If anybody has been in the sport as long as me, you know that you have to be very disciplined even after the weigh-in. So you
Mm.
have to get your fluids back in.
Mm.
You have to get the nutrients back into your
Mm.
body. You have to get the carbs in as well, simple
Mm.
carbs, not to overdo it in the fiber, so you're not all blocked up with your digestion. Lots of fruit, low glycemic, don't spike your sugars, things like that. Especially straight after your weigh-in, so you don't shock your body.
Mm.
Because you can really do it wrong. You can definitely do it wrong,
Mm.
the wrong way,
Mm.
and be absolutely shattered for the day
Mm.
after. I mean, I'm glad that it's a day before weigh-in.
Yeah.
So if you do slip up, in a minor way,
Mm.
it's not really gonna cost your performance.
Mm.
But yeah, I'll go in there heavy. I'll go in there, but I'll be sharp.
Yeah.
And I'll be in there full of energy. Which is the main thing. It'll be sharp between the eyes, sharp between the ears. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
It's your first 8 rounder. If I'm correct, it is your first 8 rounder. How are you feeling for your first 8 rounder?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking today about it. They were saying obviously this is your first 8 rounder, and you know what, Matt? I've been ready for an 8 rounder 3 or 4 fights ago. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I said to myself that I wouldn't be fighting an 8 rounder if I wasn't getting paid for it.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a promoter or a platform,
Yeah.
which is number two,
Yeah.
because you're going in there taking unnecessary damage for
Yeah.
what?
For
You know
yeah.
what I mean? For
I get what you're
nothing.
trying to say. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was ready 3 or 4 fights ago, and I was just getting them 6 rounders in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was happy in my last fight. Well, I wasn't happy, to be honest. I never got the stoppage, but
Yeah.
due to a little bit of a hand injury in the
Yeah.
fight, there was the first punch of the very first round, first
Yeah.
5 seconds, walked out and
You,
hit him
you
the right.
cracked them. You cracked them the first 5 seconds, and you cracked them
Yeah,
the last 5 seconds. And then in that fight, you had to actually fight that fight with your left hand, and your right hand was well, I say it had a bit of damage. And I remember you remember you saying recently that your coach said put your knuckle into his head.
yeah. Funny enough, yeah. My manager Scott. I mean, he's a very old school guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of went back to the corner. He just said, "My hand's gone.
Yeah.
My hand's gone, Scott." And he just turned around and goes, "Shut up! I don't want to hear it." He says, "What I want you to do is I want you to put your right hand straight through his skull." So I just
Okay.
said, I
All
just
right.
had to suck it up. Obviously, I can't be
Mm.
sitting there complaining in the corner. I'm not that
Yeah.
type of person sitting there.
Yeah.
Obviously, he probably didn't mean go out there and obviously do more damage, but he probably
Mm.
meant it was just the motivation to go
Yeah.
get
Go
over
get
it.
the
You
stoppage.
know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
a fighter. Get over it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You wouldn't be saying this if your eye was shut.
Yeah. Yeah.
you would say get on with it and go out
Yeah.
there and do the business.
Yeah.
So that's the motivation there. That's the wealth of experience that Scott has as well in the
Mm.
corner. So I'm glad he's there. But yeah, look, going out there, to be honest, when I hurt my hand, I threw it
Yeah.
a good few times after it. But
Mhm.
obviously, with him being obviously a little bit smaller than me, my right hand was obviously on target to hit
Yeah.
the top of his head as he was
Yeah.
dipping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the hardest
It was
part of
up
your
here,
head
was
as
it?
well.
It was up here, was it? Oh,
Yeah, just literally here at the
okay.
hairline
Yeah.
here. Obviously, I caught it a few times afterwards, and I kind of you can see it in the fight. I kind of just pulled back a little bit, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck." But to be honest, it was it was all
Mm.
my fault.
Mm.
Before the fight, I'd said to Ben, who also does my hand wraps. I
Yeah.
says I don't want too much wrapping
Okay.
on my hands.
Okay.
Uh, and that was my first mistake, unfortunately,
Okay.
because I knew obviously I'm a big puncher, so I said,
Yeah.
"Fuck it, I'll
That's
just go out there."
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You just get carried away, you know what I mean, Matt?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I get you.
And obviously, I put too little padding, so this time I won't make the same mistake twice.
You'll be rapping well on those knuckles.
Exactly, I think, and I've been told by experienced people, it doesn't matter how much wrapping you have on your
Yeah.
padding, they're there to protect your hands because
Yeah.
it's just whatever way you can land them punches is gonna knock them out. Not
Yeah.
gonna be as little padding.
So you've fought in England. Will you be coming? You fought in Galway before. Will you be coming back to this fine country soon? To come back to fight. Has there been any offers at all, even with GBM? To you?
Yes, so we
Okay.
spoke
Okay.
about it. We spoke about it today in the press conference with Kieran Malloy. Kieran Malloy
Yeah.
will be having a homecoming again
Second Galway
back in
show.
Galway.
Love it.
Absolutely. We'll be
Yeah.
going back for a few pints.
Lovely.
Hopefully, Forged Out have a few draft pints
Yeah.
in Galway
Yeah.
for after the fight.
I'm sure myself and Johnny Hips will love to go to that.
Here, look, you know what I mean. I'll join you for a pint of Forged Out after the fight. I'll have a few ready for you. But yeah, no, we spoke about it today. On on the press conference, just about the homecoming
Yeah.
and about obviously a potential homecoming for
Yeah.
Kieran. But it's obviously Ireland is my home as well, so it'd
Yeah.
be fantastic. I'll bring down
Oh yeah.
loads
Yeah.
of supporters down as well. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Last time I spoke, fought in Galway, I think I got 10 tickets.
10 tickets.
Yeah, because
Jesus.
I joined late, obviously, with the
Yeah.
Callum Bradley show, and
Yeah.
Kieran had most of it sold out. I think
Okay.
Jimmy Conlon had loads of tickets that were already sold out as well. So
Yeah.
I was and a lot of the other fighters had their tickets as well, but I
Yeah.
don't think they get much. But Kieran sells it out
Mm.
himself. He's a
Yeah.
massive pull in Galway.
Yeah.
Same as if I was the Noma, you know what I mean? I'd be a
Yeah.
massive pull as well,
Yeah.
So um for Kieran to have another fight then in Galway and maybe
Mm.
also a title fight, there could
Yeah.
be a hint, you know what I mean? So
What kind of
uh,
title? What has it been? Has there been any kind of title spoken of? Irish, Celtic,
no.
European?
Look, to be honest, me and Kieran, me and Kieran are striving for big things at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
not that doesn't diminish the Irish or Celtic titles. I
Yeah.
mean, it just means that we're looking to push on into the top 100, top 50 in the world.
Yeah.
So something that we're looking at is maybe something that gets us there.
Mm.
Um, and to be honest, I don't know if the Celtic or the Irish really gets us there.
Yeah.
Within the rankings.
Mm.
If it does, definitely that could be
Yeah.
something that we could talk about.
Yeah.
Um, so it's an interesting one. But look,
Mm.
as I said, like I've only signed with GBM probably about 6 weeks, 5 weeks, and we're straight into the fight, and we haven't even been able to sit down at a table and speak
Mm.
about our future endeavors.
Mm.
Um, I'm just hearing it by ear. I might have a fight in May. Well, I'm not looking over this fight, but
Yeah.
we'll be looking at again in May. We'll be looking at again in July,
Okay.
September, December. So it's going to
Okay.
be a very, very busy year, not for myself, but
Yeah.
not for myself, but also for Kieran and also my other
Mm.
stablemates.
Um.
You obviously took a look at that May 24th bill that GBM
Yeah.
putting on your call as well. You've got
Yeah.
Kevin Farmer on the bill. You
An
know.
iconic arena as well to box in, Tiernan.
Hmm.
You know, it's your call being an iconic arena to boxing. I say that'd be great to get on if.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, obviously, your call, Ulster Hall is kind of very similar to
Yeah,
your call. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's they're amazing venues. Like them
mm,
venues are class, and the atmosphere. I mean, I watched Stevie McKenna box, or no, Aaron McKenna box, there for the WBC International. I think it was,
that was January 20th. Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
I was there ringside. And it was like the Irish fans, even being so few Irish
yeah,
fans, the atmosphere
yeah,
was absolutely
yeah,
buzzing.
yeah,
And imagine me and Kieran Malloy on that. I mean, you'd
mm,
have the whole place would be
mm,
jam packed
mm,
with supporters of
mm.
Irish supporters. You get Irish in London, you get Irish here in the south, you
Well,
get
all
Irish in
over the
Manchester.
world. We are all over the world.
Exactly. So it doesn't have to be just that people flying over from Ireland.
Yeah.
There's already a mountain of Irish in London already.
Mm.
So and they're willing to just come over for a few pints and a bit of entertainment,
And a
support
few
their
knocks.
brothers
And a few
and
knocks.
a few knocks. Exactly.
I just want to ask slightly about your brother Callum. First, I hope he's all good. Has there been any? Is he still active? What's the story with him? If I know it's a bit off topic, but I just thought I'd ask.
No, it's great. I mean, I always love talking about Callum. I mean, and you know what? It's very interesting because he's on his way back.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and to be honest, it's not like he has to come back from anything because
Yeah.
Callum has stayed in the gym constantly
Yeah.
since his last fight. I mean, he's
Yeah.
been over sparring here in England as
Yeah.
well. He was sparring Jimmy Lee. He's a top fighter signed by boxer, I think. And I'm telling you one thing, he's up there with them all. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Callum's been
Okay.
sparring a lot. Callum's been sparring at Kakashi. He's been
Oh
sparring
wow.
a lot of the fighters,
Yeah.
and a lot of the lower level fighters are fighting there. Like Callum fights at bantamweight, so you can
Yeah.
only put two and two together. Who's been sparring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And D Walsh will say the same. He's been doing fantastic in training.
Mm.
And who knows, you might see him on a GBM card in the near future.
Can you break into us here at IrishBoxing.com?
Hey.
Can you break anything to us? Can you break any news at all to us at
There's no
IrishBoxing.com?
new there's absolutely no news to break because there's nothing to say. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I might as
As
well
of
just
yet,
ask. I was going to just say just to
yeah,
ask.
no, exactly,
Um,
exactly. I mean, there's nothing to say.
yeah.
I would say if there was anything to say,
Yeah.
but there's nothing to say for Callum as of yet. I mean,
Yeah.
he still has to get his license sorted, his medical sorted.
Yeah.
Once he's through that,
The sky's the
and then
limit.
the sky's the limit for Callum. I mean, obviously it's 6 fights through the pandemic, and
Yeah.
then it a fight just after the pandemic, and unfortunately things never got going with MTK. They folded. He moved away from Jimmy Conlon on like no reason
Yeah.
no reason,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
amicably split. Callum just kind of took it was the break that you think he took. It's
Mm.
not a break that he went off and just
Mm. Mm.
stopped boxing altogether.
Mm.
Callum's the type of person where he's staying fit the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's doing half marathons. He runs his own boxing gym. He's constantly out sparring amateurs, some of the high
Yeah.
level amateurs that are coming up through, helping them. Sparring the pros,
Mm.
helping me. He's always in and around
Mm.
boxing, and he's very smart and intelligent,
Mm.
and he stays fit. And he's been working on his strength
Mm.
as well. So you might see a few KOs coming through
Mm.
at the bantamweight division that he
Mm.
is. So like I put Callum up there with a lot of the top levels fighters there. Bantamweight, he's almost like a Connor Quinn there at the
Oh
flyweight
wow.
division.
Okay.
You know, he's Connor Quinn's rapidly improving, which is fantastic, and that's
Yeah.
something like if Callum can get a run of fights, you'll see an amazing fighter.
Okay. In terms of it, just goes back to your signing with GBM because I haven't heard for the people that are listening to this right now. Just how did the GBM signing come around?
Yeah. So the GBM signing kind of came around, because I'm very good friends with Alice Asta, who is an operations manager there, and he's been keeping a very tight eye on me. Um, he was obviously with Boxer for a while, and it was
Mm,
on Boxer's radar, and we had a few talks with Boxer and other fighter or other promotions as well. And he then started with Iziazov with GBM, and they'd taken a look at me and seen everything, and um a lot of the matchmakers there as well know me. You know, obviously potential fights, and I was
mm,
obviously trying to throw my hat in there for a fight,
mm.
for big fights and stuff. And none of it came about. So as soon as they said, look, had a look at me and seen obviously my start to my career with pro boxing, and
Yeah.
they got on to me and was like, we'd love to sign you. We want you on board ASAP.
Okay.
And
Well.
just developed from there. Took a few weeks to take a look over contracts.
Mm,
I kind of vetted them myself. Took a look at whatever they had they offer, even just their potential.
yeah.
Because I didn't. I've come so far in my career where I didn't want to just sign a long term contract with any promoter
Yeah.
that didn't have the potential where I want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
And these guys have a massive potential to be a big player in promotion, not just in Britain, but
Around the
also
world.
international.
Around the
Hmm.
world. Yeah. Tiernan, 3 words, and the final question, 3 words to describe your performance on Saturday night, which is.
Um, Let me see.
It's always a tough question. It's always a tough question. I've asked this, and
It
it's
is.
always,
It
yeah,
is
yeah.
always a tough question. Uh, Coming of age,
Okay. Okay.
which is the name of the show.
Okay, okay, right, and on that note, Tiernan, thank you so much as always for your time. It was a great chat. All the best for Saturday night. I will be watching. Talk Sport, lads. If you haven't already, obviously drop Tiernan a follow on the socials. Tiernan Bradley Boxing, is it?
That is indeed.
Tiernan Bradley Boxing. And that note, Tiernan, thank you so much.
Thank you very much,